Okay. 117359. Robert, are you out there?
Right there. Come on up.
Is that you? Yeah, okay, so remember when I call your name, just come up because the force more people to get seated to the people who play. And everybody who gets called up and plays gets a raffle ticket for a chance to win the truck.
So what games are you enjoying in the LAN?
Well, I enjoy in the LAN. I really not playing on multiplayer games, but recently I've been liking Rage. I played it inside the booth in there, and that's a wonderful game. I love it. Thanks to ID Software and all the folks that's producing that game. That they did a great job.
All right, now I've been playing Call of Duty and some StarCraft too.
Fear, Quake Live.
I've been playing some Quake Live, a little Left 4 Dead 2, some Black Ops, a lot of different games actually.
A little bit of the Minecraft server right now, and Brink with some friends.
Left 4 Dead 2. Me and my friends bought a bunch of games for Quakecon, and Left 4 Dead 2 is one of them.
Right now, Minecraft is mostly what I'm playing, and Team Fortress 2 as well.
Team Fortress 2 mainly. I'm gonna get started on some LoL later, and I'm just starting up on Heroes of New Earth too. But my off time and like when no one's playing later on, I do a lot of Crisis 2 and stuff like that.
I usually play Quake 3 or Quake 4.
What swag do you hope to win while you're at Quakecon?
Hopefully I can win some video cards, some SSD drives, whatever you have available. That'd be fine with me.
Okay, cool.
I was kind of hoping for one of those cases, Cool Master cases.
T-shirt.
More t-shirts, man. They've been really light on t-shirts this year.
More t-shirts, so I don't have to do laundry.
Nothing really. Like this is the first year I've come and hadn't just been gung-ho about going to the convention. I just wanted to play video games.
Cool.
Well, I'd like to get a t-shirt.
I'd like that Rage truck, but I mean, that's pretty high chances, I guess. If, they're actually in a bunch of the raffle boxes, the whole tickets that people drop in there, so I'm counting across my fingers.
But tell me about your case design and features and how you came up with what you have.
Well, when I decided on doing this case mod, I was shopping at Hobby Lobby, and I saw the wooden mannequins that they have in Hobby Lobby, and that kind of sparked my thoughts, and I started brainstorming. And it just tricked my mind to do something with those wooden mannequins. So that just started from there.
Spray painted it to make it look like digital camo, just some Air Force looking colors, and then I used a plasma torch on the other side to cut the Air Force logo out. And then I put some blue cold cathode lights in it to light up the logo and frosted the glass so it would just shine up a little bit better.
Basically just a clean build, 800D water cooled. Mainly I just go for the clean build. No cables showing, things like that.
It's a full water cooled system using antifreeze in a little small form factor case.
I wanted to do something that was pretty sturdy and was open air and different than the kind of usual boxiness of cases, so I came up with this. It's 1/4 inch steel, 1 inch thick bulletproof glass, 5mm aluminum. So it's built pretty solidly, and it does expose all the components, but it goes in a really small footprint, which is good because my desk at home is really tiny.
Okay.
And I have my monitor, and so I need to be able to fit it on the desk. So that's kind of what I came up with.
Yeah, I was gonna go black lights throughout the whole thing, and they didn't have black lights, so I just put blue ones in there. And then I got the idea. I was like, well, I just want to make like all the panels just be like a panel of light.
Well, I've got about 6 deltas in there, and the 3 in the front right now are 3 150 CFM fans, and I've got 210 in the back, but earlier I had to switch the fans out because the pressure differential was kind of stressing the fans a bit.
Well, I built the whole case from the bottom up. I bought everything at Home Depot and Lowe's, and all the CD drives, the hard drive bays and everything. All the wheels on the bottom actually have springs, so I could tow the whole thing on the ground.
and the whole thing folds open. There's two actually kind of sides to a cube, and they all kind of fold together like a huge puzzle almost.
Liquid immersion cooled system using Novec 7000 fluid, which is a fluid made by 3M. We're basically boiling at 34 degrees C or about 94 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're basically loading the processors fully, both the GPU and CPU, and we're getting about 141 degrees on the processor and essentially 136 degrees on the GPU. Basically, we're turning it into vapor, which then goes up into our condenser and gets recondensed into liquid.
Can you tell me about the system specs on this?
Right now it has a Asus Rampage 3 Genie board in it with the Intel 950 and 12 gigs of RAM and 3 SSDs, 2 128s and a 120 terabyte drive. And it has two video cards, NVIDIA EVGA GTX 465s and SLI, and it's water cooled, the CPU and the video card.
It's a dual-core AMD Phenom 2 processor, 8 gigs of RAM, 750 gig hard drive, and a Corsair power supply, and a ATI 6870.
Intel i7 930, EVGA GTX 560 Ti dual, Corsair AX 1200 power supply, SSD hard drives, things like that.
It's quad-core Core i5 at 4.5 gigahertz.
Cool. I noticed you kind of have a little radiator jammed in there. Is it hard to work in?
Yeah, it's terrible. The hard drive is jammed like in the bottom of the case where it's not supposed to go, and yeah, you pretty much have to pull the water cooling stuff out to do anything.
It's an i7 2600K. It has a Sapphire Pure Black P67 motherboard, the Patriot Wildfire 550 megabyte per second read, 120 gigabyte SSD, and of course two 6950s from Sapphire.
System specs, yeah, I got a Phenom 2 Black 550. I don't know what my graphics card is. I just got it. It's something pretty good. I'm not sure. I got a gigabit motherboard, it's a 680 watt power supply, 4 gigs of 1600 DDR3. I wish I could remember my graphics card. It's like Radeon 5570, I think.
An i7 920, and I'm running two 4870s in Crossfire.
A Core i7 with a basic 3.4 gigahertz. It can be turbo boosted to 3.8, but I haven't done so yet. It's got a 5870 HD with about a gig of RAM and a GDDR5. Then it's got a 60 gig SSD Agility 3. Also a terabyte and a half. My operating system is all installed on the hard drive, so it's a 64-bit operating system. It goes so much faster.
Core i7 875K at 2.93 gigahertz and a Zotac 460. A stock clock, I believe, is 810 on that particular, with 1024 on the RAM. My RAM is 2 sticks of Crucial Ballistics at 1333.
If you had to pick one thing you're proudest about this mod, what would it be?
I like the art of it. It's something totally different from anything else you've seen. I looked on the internet on case mods around the world, and I decided to do something different. So it's between art and a gaming PC, basically.
And lastly, what got you into case modding?
What really started me, I used to look at this magazine called PC Maximum, and they used to preview case mods. And I looked at it, and I really didn't want to do it at the time, and I never thought I could really do anything to that fact. And that kind of started my thoughts over case mods.
Yeah.